Let's talk about how to overcome distractions and stay focused the easy way. Now, I personally believe that if you want to solve a problem, you first need to clearly identify what the problem is and what could be the possible root cause, and then finding a solution. So I have split this video in two parts, and first we are going to talk about what could be the possible reasons that you are getting distracted or why you struggle to stay focused, and then we will talk about how can you minimize and manage your distractions, because to be honest, you cannot really eliminate your distraction 100%, but you can definitely minimize and manage them. So first off, understand this, that there could be a multitude of reasons behind why you are not able to stay focused or why you get distracted super quickly. The most common reason for people to get distracted is a lack of emotional fulfillment, and it could be a lack of emotional fulfillment in your work life, in the job that you are pursuing, at your workplace, in your relationships, and it could be relationships with your friends, family, your partner, and maybe even with your colleagues, your boss, or it could be just a lack of emotional fulfillment in your living situation, or not having enough fun and excitement overall in your personal or professional life. Now that brings me to another reason why you might be struggling to focus, and that's not managing your daily stress. We all know that no matter what we do, daily chaos is inevitable, and it doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't mean that you are having daily arguments or you are having problems in your family every single day. It doesn't mean that you are having work issues every single day. It doesn't mean that you are sad or anxious every single day, but we do know that every single day something or the other might happen here and there, or maybe it's just like mental exhaustion from work, or maybe it's just you not being able to find some time for yourself, and maybe you're not getting the time to process your emotions, and all of those little things, all of those daily little stresses add up if you don't do anything to manage that kind of stress, or just to simply tackle your little emotional issues, little mental issues that you might be having here and there. And to add to the daily stress is consuming humongous amounts of information every single day, consciously or subconsciously, through social media. And it's not just social media, it could be through your conversations. Maybe you are reading a book, maybe you are listening to a podcast. I mean, you are consuming a lot of information, but we all know that these days the number one source you are consuming information, like maybe you are deliberately going and looking for some information, and or you're just scrolling through Instagram reels and TikTok and all of that stuff. And even if you think that you're not really paying attention, every time you are coming across a post, a video, a graphic, or anything, your mind is processing that information whether you realize that or not, and that causes a lot of information overload. And you may tell yourself that you're just trying to keep yourself updated, or maybe you're trying to learn something new, but the fact is there is lots and lots and lots of information out there in the world. And to be honest, in order to be really happy or successful or just anything else, or to just like solve some of your problems, you do not need to consume every single piece of information which is out there on internet or on social media. It's simply going to cause you more stress, more confusion, more overwhelm, rather than solving your actual problem, or rather than adding to your knowledge. Now let's quickly talk about how you can minimize and manage the distractions caused by the three reasons we just discussed. So number one, rate on a scale of 1 to 5 how emotional fulfilling is your work, your personal relationships, your living situation, and your personal sense of self, like how good you feel about yourself. Now for each of the areas you rated your emotional fulfillment as 3 or less than 3, for each one of those, write down what action steps you can take over a period of 1 to 2 months, next 1 to 2 months, to improve that situation. Now understand this, that you might not immediately come up with epiphanies or breakthroughs, because I do understand that there could be situations that need a lot of time and sometimes professional help as well, and it may involve cooperation of other people. But I really want you to ask yourself, like, what is that you can do? What is in your control that you can do to increase your emotional fulfillment, or to feel better, or to feel more happier overall, or to find more fun and excitement in these areas of your life that you rated 3 or less than 3. And the next thing that you need to ask yourself super honestly is that for any of these areas, do you need professional help? Do you need a guide, a mentor, a coach, or something? Or maybe you need to confide in a friend or a boss or a colleague or someone who is supportive or someone who is capable of helping you out. Because I do understand that sometimes we cannot solve all problems on our own, and it's okay to ask for help. So even if you can clearly identify where you need help and who can possibly help you, that would be you moving one step closer to your emotional fulfillment, so that you're not distracted, so that you can focus on the things that you actually want to work on, or the goals that you want to achieve, and all of those things. Now the next thing that can help you stay focused and be less distracted is to manage your daily stress, your everyday stress. Okay, and it doesn't have to take a lot of time and effort, but it does require you to put some intention into it. So here are my 3 simple, quick and easy tips for you to manage your daily stress. Yes, I know there are a lot of ways you can manage your stress, and depending upon your current situation and your circumstances, you may need professional help, or you may need to invest more time or less time. But I want to share 3 quick tips that you can start doing right away. So the number one thing that you need to do is to plan your week and your day in advance. It does not matter if you are a student, entrepreneur, working professional, homemaker, artist, creative, whatever. Revisiting your short-term goals, checking in with your monthly milestones, and identifying the needle movers for the week, and then planning your daily to-do based on that is going to eliminate a lot of stress out of your life by helping you make the right decisions and helping you prioritize your responsibilities, your roles, and making sure that you are on the right track and pursuing the right goals. And then it's super important for you to do a little something for your mind and your body every single day. It could be a 10-minute walk, it could be just taking 5 deep breaths, it could be doing a 1-minute meditation, or maybe feeding your soul some positivity through some prayers or just saying affirmations. Just do a little something every single day. It would hardly take 5 to 10 minutes, but if you prioritize doing that for yourself every single day, you are going to feel much more calmer. And don't we know that if you are mentally and emotionally feeling calm and centered and balanced, you can just achieve anything that you want. It's as simple as that. Now let's talk about how to handle distractions caused by social media, because believe that or not, I'm guilty of doing it. Like, we all get distracted by social media, and getting distracted is one thing, but like doing wrong things, prioritizing wrong things, or getting messed up in our heads are the actual reasons why we should be super careful about how much information we are consuming on social media, or how distracted we are because of social media. So one of the most common things that people try when they realize that they are spending way too much time on social media is they try to use app limits, or maybe deleting apps from phone altogether. Now I don't believe in deleting apps from your phone, but if it works for you, go ahead with it. And I also know that a lot of people, they put time limits on the app, but still they find it super difficult to stay within those limits, or they just find a way, or they say that it doesn't work for them, they still get distracted and all of that stuff. So rather than going completely extreme, or rather than just trying to eliminate social media altogether from your everyday life, because the truth is we actually learn a lot from social media, YouTube and whatnot, and it actually helps us give a lot of exposure about what's going on in the world, like in different areas of life and all of that stuff. And sometimes you hear something that could be life changing, okay? But again, we have to find the delicate balance between learning something, putting it to use, and just consuming information mindlessly. We have to find that balance, okay? So what I suggest here is you can make little rules for yourself. So rather than taking some extreme measures or just strictly trying to control your mind, because that will cause even more resistance, what I would prefer is to train your mind little by little. So what you can do is, I'll give you some examples here. For example, you can try this rule: not checking your phone 30 minutes before going to sleep and 30 minutes immediately after waking up. That could be just one thing. Another thing could be not checking your phone or socials when you are sitting at the dining table and having like food with your family or friends, or maybe not checking your socials when you are hanging out with a friend and things like that. Or maybe you have like during the day, during your work hours, you have those focus time blocks, let's say a 3-hour block, a 2-hour block, where you tell yourself, you put your phone on don't disturb mode or something like that, and you tell yourself that this 2-hour block, this 3-hour time block, I am going to focus on my work or whatever that is. You just tell yourself that when I'm working on my project or myself, I am not checking socials. Or maybe just making this little rule that if you are going out for a solo walk, or maybe a walk with your partner or your children or whatever, you are not using social media. So that is how you slowly and more effectively train your mind to consume less information, rather than totally eliminating social media, like deleting apps or putting app limits. That I find it like not very practical, and it doesn't work for me. I have tried it, but it doesn't work for me. So if you enjoyed watching this video, if this video helped you, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and comment down below what other videos or what other topics you want me to talk about in my future videos. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.